Hello Bond fans, and welcome to the first episode of A Good Squeeze, in which I will answer your questions that you send to me via Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, contact form on my website, or via email. I have the questions here, but before I start and dig into them, I want to send out a massive thank you to everyone who has been following the Bond Bulletin, subscribing. In these past 3 months, it's now the 25th of August, and I started exactly 3 months ago to upload videos, beginning with a launch video, and I'm now close to 800 subscribers, a number I really did not expect. I thought I would be having 30 or 50 or 100, because I'm not doing something new, to be quite frank. I'm just swimming with the fish of all the Bond bloggers and vloggers, and there are fantastic ones out there. So this is really a confidence boost for me that you like and enjoy the content that I provide. And I'm really happy that so many of you sent in questions, and I selected a couple. Here's my folder. And I sorted them according to the videos I uploaded. So the first question from Jackson is about the launch video that I did on the 25th of May. And Jackson says, your launch video was awesome. You have so much going on in your life. Do you ever rest? To be honest, Jackson, I sleep at night. Not nearly enough as I should. Every doctor would probably recommend more sleep. But it's true. I rarely rest. I always have 150%. I'm under high voltage and always need something to do. I don't get bored. I have a very well structured day with many things to do: teaching English, training the horses, doing these videos, catching up on the new Bond film being made. Rest for me is maybe sitting outside. I have a lovely balcony, the view towards the street and the clock tower. Sitting there for 3 to 5 minutes, just breathing in the good air, and just, I don't know, looking at the trees. That gives me a bit of rest. But after a couple of minutes, I have to go back in because of the feeling I have to do something, and yeah, so it's difficult. It depends on how you define rest. When I train the horses, this recharges my batteries from the daily work life that I have. But otherwise, yeah, well, I'm that kind of person that always has something to do. Watching a film, I have to pause it every couple of minutes because I do something at the computer. I Google something on my phone. It's crazy, but okay. I try to rest a bit more, so in the future. Next question comes from a lady, and you don't have that often in the Bond community that you get questions from ladies. I don't know if you're a Bond fan, Shireen, but you wrote me a lovely message saying, loved your video on horse riding. You handled that spook perfectly. Really want to see Daniel Craig on a horse. Can you do more horse videos? First of all, Shireen, thank you very much. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I think you are probably a rider because your question is very much centered on the horse aspect. More horse videos. Since this is a Bond channel, I don't think the broader audience would welcome if I just upload some training videos that I did with the horses and explain to them why the horse goes this way or why it doesn't jump over that obstacle. So I really like to keep things Bond. In the video I did, James Bond and horse riding, pretty much covered this subject. So there's no need to upload more videos, sadly. I'm sorry. But if you have a specific wish, if there is something you would like to see in horse training or general information about what I do with the horses, I can upload you videos and have them unlisted or private, send you the link. Absolutely no problem. So let's keep in touch. Daniel Craig on a horse? Nah, I don't feel it. I don't really see that happening, because especially in the Craig films, you have high octane action sequences where so much is going on. I just don't see a horse fitting in there, especially not Daniel Craig on a horse. I'd rather stick with Roger Moore. I would have loved to see Pierce Brosnan on a horse. Sadly, never happened. But yeah, with all these really fast action sequences, and I don't see Daniel Craig riding nonchalantly through the countryside. I don't think that will happen. So, double sorry, Shireen, but thank you very much for sending me that lovely message. Really appreciate it. Next up is Connor, who sent me a message about the Swiss Connection, a program that I created with my dear, dear friend Yannick Zenhuisen from Switzerland, the man who composes the music for pretty much most of the videos you see on here. He's a great talent. I can't mention that enough, because there is never a thing that I need to correct. Never something where I say, oh, no, that doesn't fit, can you change that? When he delivers his music, it's always on the point, and such a great guy to be around with. And we filmed 3 episodes of the Swiss Connection, which is basically filming us on Skype side by side for you to enjoy when we banter on about Bond. And recently he was here and we filmed the Swiss Connection on holiday when he visited me. And that's when the message from Connor came in, and he said, the Swiss Connection is really fun. Great job, guys. Will you film an episode in Switzerland in the future? Bond locations, maybe? Actually, Connor, I've been to Switzerland a couple of times and visited Yannick, the first time in 2014. And all the material we filmed at actual Bond locations went into my fan documentary project, A Bond for Life. Actually, there is a playlist of behind-the-scenes material from A Bond for Life here on the channel. If you like to check out that, there is a making-of video from Switzerland. And I bet there are some locations in there, if I remember correctly. Otherwise, Swiss Connection, sure. I'm going to Switzerland in November, because there is a very special event of the James Bond Club Switzerland, and they have a guest star that I've been wanting to meet for years and years and years. It's a Bond girl. I won't tell you much more, because it will be a big surprise when you see it, and I have some fun ideas that I want to explore when I'm in Switzerland. I will be visiting somebody else in Switzerland who is very famous on the internet, and you probably heard of him. I won't tell you who it is. Just don't want the surprise to be blown, but lots of things to do. Yannick will be there as well, so that would be an opportunity to film a Swiss Connection on location. So me being on holiday visiting Yannick, given that he was here the other week, and we did the Swiss Connection on holiday with him being on holiday. We are in Zurich in November, so I don't know if we can manage to visit some Bond locations. Probably not. What we have always tried was to go on the Forker Pass. Every time I visited Yannick, we tried to go on the Forker Pass where they filmed Goldfinger, and believe me, literally every time it was closed. And this has become sort of a running gag. Yannick sends me photos now and then of Forker Pass. It's covered in fog, and I reply that this could be anywhere in the world. Could be Dayton, Ohio, or whatever. Could be Stuttgart. But yeah, one day we will manage, and then we have a Swiss Connection on the Forker Pass. Yeah. But until then, well, we'll knock out some more episodes. So don't worry, Connor. Thank you for sending me your message. Doing these videos is really fun, but it's also a lot of work, and I wasn't entirely confident if I provide something new, if I can really entertain people with my content, whether it's Bond 25 or whether I'm going on location. But the subscriber count and the messages that I received, these are just a couple, I really have the feeling that it's a good thing that I do, and that people actually really like it and enjoy it. So Andy, he sent me an email via my website, thebondbulletin.com, and he writes, I have been following you for some time now. Glad you have become a household name among the many fan bloggers. Have you met some of them in person? Some great guys. You should all do videos together sometime. Well, Andy, first and foremost, I work alone. No, that's of course a joke. You are so right there, and thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for your message. It's true. There are so many bloggers and vloggers who do such a great job on a daily basis. And I have to mention a couple. I mean, I ran into them in the on Her Majesty's Secret Service celebrations in Switzerland. Just a couple of, well, is it months? Yeah, it was at the end of May. And there were so many faces you regularly see on the internet, but you rarely have a chance to meet because they live far away. It was Jeff Weibo, James Bond Canada, Joseph Darlington of Being James Bond, Leslie and Richard Skillman. They all live in America and Canada. I don't have a chance to get there every other week from Germany, so it was great to meet them there. The guys of James Bond Radio were there, and sadly, somehow James Bond Radio is about to disappear. Chris has left for personal reasons and life changes he's going through. Horrible news the other day. James Bond Radio is really a household name. I don't consider myself a household name, but James Bond Radio is. So guys, Tom, Chris, if you're seeing this, figure out a way to kickstart James Bond Radio again, because people well, this show is loved. I mean, I can never reach that level that you have. Don't want to, actually. But you will be sorely missed. That is a fact. Have to mention David Zaritsky, obviously, because he was the reason I went to YouTube, because I love his videos he does for the Bond Experience. He has been doing that for years, and you could really see his evolution. Of the first videos and the videos he's doing now, and he's doing live streams and everything. It's so immersive and interactive. That's a great thing. And whenever I have a chance to jump into one of his live streams, I do, and it's always great fun. What I also admire about David is his fluent way of delivering his message and his content. I wish I was that fluent. I mean, I'm surprised that I can speak fluently to the camera right now, and well, that's an achievement. When I'm out and about doing Bond Bulletin on location or interviews, I have to do things 5 to 20 times until they're right, because I'm such a perfectionist. Everything needs to fit, everything needs to be right. Every word needs to be carefully chosen, and sometimes I speak the wrong lines and whatever, and then I correct it immediately. In Carlo Vivari, I had that problem. I mixed up the locations and I had them in the wrong order. So I had to get up 2 mornings at 5 o'clock, second morning, to film it all again, to do the whole tour again. That's sometimes what makes these videos so complicated to do. And it makes your holidays a lot longer. Doing videos together with other bloggers and vloggers, sure, why not? I mean, I don't know how you actually mean that. All of us doing videos together, yeah, that's. I mean, not all of it in one video, because you need sort of an ultra-wide cinema scope or whatever lens. But I'm open to pretty much everything. If somebody wants to meet, if somebody wants to do a Skype session, absolutely no problem. Actually, there is a Skype session coming with me and David Zaritsky. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be on Tuesday evening, cocktail hour, my time. And yeah, I'm open for pretty much anything. So if you have an idea, or if you want to get together and film something, maybe you have a YouTube channel as well. I don't know, you didn't tell me, but would be great. Moving on to Bond 25, which is not called Bond 25 anymore. Now it's No Time to Die. And Matt sent me a question on Facebook. What do you think of the new title, No Time to Die? And do you have a theory about the plot? Well, Matt, the title I didn't like, to be honest. When I saw the announcement, and it was almost live, I was about an hour off, I thought not only the title is very uninspired and lackluster, also the presentation. I understand that even in PR terms, everything today is very social media-ized. But just throwing out a title like No Time to Die for a thing like Bond in a video on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube, I thought that was a bit, yeah, uninspired and lifeless. The title itself, it's okay. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I have no problem with the word die being used again in a film title. Actually, I don't care much about that whole title thing at all. What I care about is the delivery of a good Bond film. So I judge the film when it's on the screen, when I'm actually watching it. That's my time to jump in and say, that's good, that's not so good, I like this, I don't like that. But going a bit astray here, what I don't like about this whole thing with the title and the plot is some Bond fans think they are entitled to steer the direction where all of this is going. So saying, oh, they should have done that, and then this is wrong, and you're not allowed to do that, and Lashana Lynch is not allowed to be the new 007, because 007 is only given to James Bond exclusively. And it's that level of entitlement that I don't like. I mean, you can have an opinion, but you cannot say this is wrong and this is forbidden, and they should do this, and this has to be done like that. No, it hasn't. We are not the producers. We are not stunt managers, we are not location managers, no costume designers. We might have an opinion, but they are the film people. Let them do the film, and we can judge it afterwards. So that is just my opinion. Okay, back. Theory of the plot. From the beginning I said there is a vibe of Dr. No around this film. And it started when we got the first snippets of Jamaica. And then the casting of Rami Malek. And I just put this picture out a couple of days ago of No Time to Die with Rami Malek on the side dressed up as Dr. No. It's a quick Photoshop montage, an idea that I had because I just couldn't get that thought out of my head that they bring Dr. No back. I don't think if it would work because we know Christoph Waltz is coming back playing Blofeld. But they only brought one supervillain back. Why not bring a second one back and have them both in one film? I don't think it would work, except when it's really good writing and really good storytelling, which in the past years, going back to the Brosnan era, has not really worked. So there is always something that puts it off and makes for a not logical story. But I can't get rid of that feeling. And I had an even more drastic feeling that they would finish off the Bond series completely with film number 25, going from Dr. No to Dr. No, from 1962 to 2020, and having Bond going back to the roots of meeting Dr. No, when 1962 he was the prominent character, the villain in that film, and maybe in No Time to Die he's just appearing at the end or something. I mean, Rami Malek, his name is too big to just have him appear at the end, but maybe we see the evolution of Dr. No on how he got to his island, Crab Key, and they both go on opposite roads of this story. Really no idea. But the thought that Bond could end after this next film has never quite left me. Other fans have argued now that there will not be an end, but drastic changes, like Barbara Broccoli and Michael Wilson leaving the franchise and handing down the reins to somebody else. Could be possible, and I don't actually have an opinion on that, because I like to wait and see. I hope this answers your question, Matt. Okay, these are the questions that I selected, and there is a bonus question that reached me just 2 days ago from Stefano, who lives in La Terza, close to the city of Mattera, where they are filming Bond 25 right now. I've seen lovely pictures yesterday and today, and Stefano writes, "We are so excited 007 is being filmed here. What do you think about the location?" Stefano, I'm so jealous that you live close to Mattera and sent me this message, and maybe you don't even have time to watch this response video because you're at the actual location trying to get photos and videos. I hope you do. At first, I didn't like that they chose Mattera because I think the Daniel Craig films have overused Italy a lot. And I would have loved another location. I would have loved a place where Bond has not been before. But then I read up on Mattera, on the historic city and it being a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and looked at a lot of pictures, and I thought, okay, maybe this could work. And when I saw the Aston Martin DB5, the first pictures that came in from the Italian media, this splendid car standing in this rock city, in this ancient rock city, there was this own color palette going on. And it's just behind the scenes, tourist photos, not even official ones. And I thought, well, they go well together. That really looks good. Today we had some videos of the actual filming with the DB5. So I think this is going to look really fantastic on the screen. And they built 32 sets in and around Mattera. I think the part that Mattera plays will be quite large, or at least substantial. It won't be just the opening sequence or something. And as long as they use a location well, I'm happy with it. No problem. And when you look at Bond history, they have always picked locations that have some sort of historic significance, are historic anyway, or have historic landmarks, like Paris, historic city, and it has the Eiffel Tower, the view to a kill. The castles from Moonraker, a view to a kill. Thunderball, all historic places. So naturally Mattera continues that tradition of using a historic place, and that's what I like. I'm okay with it. If it looks good on screen, if it is embedded in a well-presented storyline and it fits, then I'm happy. Then they can film every film in Italy. Absolutely no problem. I love Italy, don't get me wrong, Stefano. I love the people, I love the food, the language, the national anthem, everything. It's great. And as I said, it's important what ends up on the screen. Actually, I have a chance to go to Mattera in October. I don't know if I follow up on that. A friend of mine asked me because he has family living there. But I have to work sometime in between. And the summer break is over and some money needs to be coming in. But if I can make it, I will shoot you a message and maybe we can do a video on location. Bond Bulletin on location in Mattera. I would really be happy to have you as a guide, and yeah, if you're up for it, I shoot you a message. Thank you very much for writing to me and asking your question. Thank you very much. Well, that's it, Bond fans, for the first episode of A Good Squeeze. I hope I could answer all your questions appropriately. If you have any more, please keep sending them via Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, whatever way possible, and I will try to respond as fast as I can with a new episode of A Good Squeeze. This has been fun. I hope you will have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.